Hey guys, this is a little different than the videos I normally post, but come to think about it, all the videos I post are pretty damn different from each other anyway, so who cares? I do a little bit of hobby work on the side, a little bit of freelance photography work, and I hear a lot of people coming to me complaining, oh, I don't have a studio to do this, that, and the other. And what a lot of people don't realize is I actually don't own a studio, which weirds the hell out of models whenever they show up to locations, even though I tell them we're not going to be shooting at a studio. This is my own little setup. And so this is kind of what I want to show you guys and others, that you really don't need a studio. You don't need a lot. A studio is just a big open space. And you can find a big open space anywhere, from a living room, this, that, and the other. And I'll show that to you guys here, in which I'm actually just using my dorm room. And I've used a smaller dorm room in the past, but I didn't actually have pictures of that dorm. But you can shoot this wherever. It doesn't matter. As long as you have enough room to set up your lights, and even if you don't, you can edit the lights out, which I've done before. I mean, I've done shoots in spaces as small as 4 feet wide by about 6.5 feet tall, and you make it work. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the photos. Right here you see just a regular wall inside the dorm room. This is in our living room. And I chose this wall because it's literally just the widest open wall we have. The other wall is blocked off by the TV and it's not as long. And the wall adjacent to that wall is covered by windows. So for studio stuff, this is what I use. And you'll see the studio photos flash up here right now. All I did is I put a backdrop back there. You can find backdrops anywhere. You can buy them locally. You can buy them online. I bought these at Adorama. It's a Muslim backdrop. Yeah, that's pretty much self-explanatory. I used the 3-light setup on these photos. Pretty basic, not much needed. I edited in the snowflakes, of course, because it doesn't snow in there. On the other image, same thing, just she's laying on the floor. Regular studio-looking shots, shot in a dorm room. And if we go ahead and move a little bit to the left, you see I have this nice sofa here with these 2 windows that are adjacent to each other, which I just found work really great for letting the light in. And that's what I do in these photos right here. All I did is I exposed wide enough where I could let all sorts of light come in and just wash out the background, whatever's showing in those ugly windows. To let the light do its job, I put a couple of filler lights inside the front to kind of key it off a bit. The hair light is pretty much just the background light doing its thing. And I did a couple other photos where I did kind of let enough light come in where it didn't completely wash out. In those cases, I would normally paint over it with a white brush like you see on the left photo. I really had to paint that out. In the right photo, I think it kind of worked. It gave it some depth, knowing that, hey, there's something beyond those windows. Just 2 different light setups, but pretty self-explanatory. It is what it is. So let's go ahead and move a bit further to the left, and here you have this nice little table right here. That wall just felt so empty, so I put all my posters over there. And this is where I shot the hookah photo shoot with Helen Heels. The hookah's not mine, just for the record. That was my roommate's, and he was kind enough to let us borrow it for the shoot. I edited a lot of the smoke, especially on the right image. That's pretty much all there is to it. I mean, that's an open space. Didn't have to set up too much. Set up a little bit light here. Not much to it. So let's go ahead and move a little bit more to the left. We have my TV there, which I couldn't really do a lot of shoots there. So we move on to the door. And this is where I did Lola's, what I call it, the classic photo shoot. Even though I do add colors, I hate doing black and white. It feels like I'm choking the hell out of colors. Can't do it. But anyway, yeah, it was a little different photo shoot, and it's just a door. Not much to it. My room is to the left, so I put a couple lights in there, and that helped light up the left side of her hair, which you see in both photos. And it was just a really nice rim light and a hair light combo. Like I said, there's not a lot of space there, but you use it, and if you frame it right, you're going to be able to do what you want to do and accomplish that. We're going to come back to that door in just a second. Right now, let's keep working our way over left to the kitchen. And the first thing is you're going to see is there's not a lot of room to work. If you put up lights here, you're either going to have to find a way to crop them out or to hide them. I hid them by making a backdrop out of trash bags, and you can even see a light peeking over the top there. And I put a clear trash bag on the left side, that way I could have a light from the sink shoot in and act as a rim light, and a disco ball adds some variation to the colors. Now, I made this an enclosure by having a shower protector in front there, And reason being is I was going to have a fog machine kind of add a bit of a haze effect, but that didn't work out. So what you're going to see in these photos right here is I made it work by kind of adding a trapped or ice look. Unfortunately, you don't really get this from the photos up in this video because of the way I have to crop them and down the quality a bit. So if you want to see the full quality versions, ALD3studios.com, there's a link in the description. You may even see a couple copyrights in some of the photos on here anyway. I shot this with Diablo Shaitan Go-Go's. Left is Lola Rose, right is Claudia. What you see there is pretty much what I said. I kind of used an ice effect, blurred up the background, really raised up the exposure, and that helped really separate out the whole kitchen aspect of it. You wouldn't know if I didn't tell you. And on the right, that's a lot of editing to mainly look underwater. Those streaks of light are actually some streaks that were on the shower protector, and a lot of people ask me how I got her to get the hair thing if she wasn't underwater. All I had her do was aim her head down, bring it up really quickly, and right as the hair was about to drop, that's when I took the shot. And fortunately she has long hair, which works out really well to do this. Now these shots right here are actually test shots I shot with Helen Heels. She's the same model from the hookah photo shoot. And what you're going to see is the lights at the bottom, the red and the violet light. Those kind of hazed up with the fog, and it kind of separated the background a little bit, but really just didn't do as much as I wanted to. Anyway, that's pretty much it. And as you can see, the kitchen's very small, and we got that to work. Working our way over, oh, you can actually see that these are Christmas lights I used in the Christmas lights. I just like having them there. It adds a little bit of mood to it outside of photos. Anyway, we go ahead and open the door, and out here, which I flash up, we took some shots with Ashley, and this had a lot more room to work with, and as a result, a little bit of better looking photo. I was able to really add a nice even rim light to it. I edited in the snow. It wasn't snowing that day. And I hope you guys learned something from this, that you don't need a studio to accomplish whatever you're trying to go for. Just do your best with what you have. Remember, all that matters is what's inside the frame. Anything that's outside the frame doesn't matter. Just focus on that, and I hope I helped you guys out. Have a good one.